Explosions hit Abuja Kefi Road Wednesday evening. FCT Exco meeting approves procurement of equipment for Internal Revenue Service. And succor for victims of Gishiri demolition as FCT Minister orders land compensation. Glad to have you join us on the news at 1 on Nta Channel 5 Abuja. I am Mariam Abubakar Kana. Casualty figures following the accident and multiple explosion at the Abuja Kefi Road Nyanya is still unclear, but report indicates that fatalities seem quite high as the flames from the tanker engulfed dozens of vehicles at the scene, inflicting injuries on many walkers and road users commuting back home. Abdullahi Ajia now reports.
It's been a sad Wednesday and a dark one indeed, orchestrated by a multiple accident that was caused by a truck using CNG at exactly 6:30 or thereabout, as we gathered from one of the eyewitnesses and survivors from the accident. Well, at the moment, it's been a serious emergency response where emergency responders are responding to the critical situation, and we've not been able to gather the number of casualties as at this time, but the emergency responders are seriously evacuating casualties to the nearby hospitals around this place.
We are just coming. One of us was preaching. We are gisting as usual. Truck from behind was hitting small vehicle. So there is no way to communicate with our drivers. Moreover, he have seen what was happening, trying to dodge. So we hold ourselves together. He was trying to dodge. He tried his best to dodge, and he dodged the vehicle. The vehicle come and hit side of our container. That is why he turned this one. So he caught fire, and our driver survived too.
When we get to barracks, before the barracks bridge, we saw the CNG car. And I told my brother that this car is also that we're supposed to move, which I run faster than him. But when we get close to this Caro Bridge, after the military Caro Bridge, less than 2 minutes, what we had is BOA! When I saw my side inner glass, I saw that it's light. All everybody needs to run out. Even my car was damaged. This is my car here now.
The sad incident that has happened, and it's not one that was anticipated. Because of recent, we know that these vehicles, these long vehicles, have always stopped just before the barracks or immediately after the barracks. But this vehicle was stopped, and then he kept moving on the speed lane, and that's what caused this. But the response, to be very, very frank, the fire service or the other agencies that are responsible have done wonderfully well. To be very fair to them, I put a call across, and they were here within a minute. Despite the explosion, they were still here trying to do their best.
The gas on the CNG exploded, and that kind of resulted to fire that affected other vehicles. There are some casualties, but the figures will be given when everyone is counted.
While the attention of emergency responders was on the scene of the incident, trying to evacuate victims and casualties, commuters and motorists had it rough, trekking kilometers for the commuters, while motorists had to go through a chaotic traffic situation as a result of this incident. Well, we'll keep you updated as development unfolds. Abdullah Hajia, NTA News.
The National Blood Service Agency, NBSA, has appealed to Nigerians, particularly residents of Federal Capital Territory FCT, to urgently donate blood to support victims of the tragic vehicle explosion. The agency says the explosion, which occurred on Kefi Kugbo Road in Abuja, resulted in multiple casualties, many of whom require immediate blood transfusions. They noted that urgent blood supply is crucial to complement efforts of the rescue teams who are working tirelessly to save lives. The agency urges all eligible donors to visit designated blood donation centers and hospitals across the FCT to make voluntary blood donations. For inquiries and directions to the nearest donation centers, please contact the National Blood Service Agency at 39 Abidjan Street, Zone 3, or call 070-8837-0905. The FCT Executive Council meeting has approved procurement of some critical earth-moving machines and equipment for the Department of Development Control and Microsoft license for the FCT Internal Revenue Service. Onoze Yakubu brings us details from the 13th EXCO meeting.
Briefing the media after the meeting, the coordinator Abuja Metropolitan Management Council, Felix Obua, says the equipment to be procured are not targeted for demolition only, but for the overall interest of the council.
The equipment we are purchasing with this amount include SIM card wheel loader, 1. We have card wheel loader 950 GC, 1. Excavator 320 GS, 1. Cart excavator 323, 1. And dozer D6, G6, 1. Total equipment of 5 carts, earth-moving equipment for the movement control.
The license we have procured today will enhance our ability to move most of our manual processes into automated processes. It will enhance our ability to communicate within our offices, reduce the use of paper, and also ensure that we're able to have better records, store our information, our documents in the cloud, and essentially to enhance our operations.
The Director of Land clears the air on the revocation of land title belonging to the PDP Secretariat, which has generated public outcry.
Anybody whose title has been revoked, who now feels that I made a mistake, I should have done this and that before now, should make an appeal to the minister. And the minister will look at it. If he so wishes to reinstate, he will. If there are conditions that will be attached to such reinstatements, if he considered it fit, he will.
It will be recalled that more than 4,000 land titles were revoked for failing to pay their ground rents. Onoze Yakubu, Nta News.
Respite has come the way of the victims of demolition in Gishiri community, with the FCT Minister's directive that the Department of Lands should within 1 week begin allocation of land to them. The minister gave this directive when he visited the demolished site to address issues of compensation and resettlement. Again, Onoze Yakubu reports.
455 houses and other structures were demolished in Gishiri community to pave way for the ongoing road construction. But issues of compensation and resettlement have continued to generate controversies. This development informed the FCT Minister Yesen Wike's visit to the demolished site. In an interface with the Director of Land, Chijoke Nwakwe Eze, the minister inquired about the land set aside for the relocation of the affected persons. The minister thereafter handed down this directive on both the resettlement plots and money for compensation. It will be recalled that the FCT administration had earlier provided 655 million naira for payment of compensation to the affected victims based on approved valuation rates. But due to the economic reality in the country, the minister ordered an increment in the amount to the tune of 1.3 billion naira. Onoze Yakubu, Nta News.
Residents of Karomajiji say the relative peace and stability enjoyed by the community is deeply connected to unwavering loyalty and support of their district head, Alhaji Yunus Sabago. His exemplary leadership has also earned him accolades from community members, including a prestigious Peace Award presented to him at recent peace meeting. Ramatu Abdullahi reports.
Though no community is entirely free from security challenges, the stakeholders, including the officer in charge of the Karomajiji outpost and leaders from the Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, and
most of the time when there is case,
intervened and saved a life if only we had known. Intervened and saved a life if only we had known earlier. Tuberculosis is an airborne disease that primarily affects the lungs, but can also impact other parts of the body. Being airborne means anyone, regardless of their social economic status, can contract it. In Nigeria, 1 person dies of TB-related illness every 7 minutes, amounting to 206 deaths every day. Globally, 1 person succumbs to TB every 25 seconds, which is a staggering 3,456 lives lost daily. These deaths are entirely preventable because TB is curable if detected and treated early. If you or someone you know has been coughing for 2 weeks or more, coughing up blood, experiencing night sweats, or losing weight drastically, it might be TB. Please visit the nearest government hospital or primary health care center for proper diagnosis and treatment. TB treatment is free in all government and some private health facilities. Let us also remember not to stigmatize or discriminate against TB patients or those who have been treated for TB. Individuals who have been cured of TB cannot infect others. I call on all stakeholders, especially the private sector, to join.
Thanks for staying tuned. Updates on the Karo Bridge truck explosion reaching us now says 8 deaths with over a score of casualties have been officially been confirmed by emergency authorities in the Wednesday truck crash explosion at Karo Bridge along Nyanya Kefi Expressway. Abdullahi Ajia, who has been monitoring the trend since the incident happened, has more.
Well, in the aftermath of the Wednesday unfortunate accident at the Karo Bridge, agencies are still taking stock of what had been burnt down by the accident. And as we speak, the evacuation of...
My strong view about this have remained the same, that there is a need to introduce a barricade, a very strong barricade that will come down to the level of the sizes of, or the height of the vehicles. You want them to access the road during working hours, so that when the roads are free, that these are the time that these vehicles can pass. But at this hour, from the hour of 4, because of the hold up in Yanyam, and having the mindset, having the knowledge that it's a descending journey, that at this hour of 4 or 3:30, this barricade should be blocked. Once it is blocked, it is locked. At that hour, no vehicle carrying cement, carrying heavy-duty vehicles can access this route any longer. But after that hour to 9 o'clock, you open it for them to pass.
Residents of Mabushi, Utako, Karmu, and Gwagwa Idu Axis say they have worked collaboratively with the police in no small measure to achieve the present level of peace and security in their communities. Correspondent Onotu Yakobo spoke to some residents on the improvements in the security situation of the Life Camp Police Area Command.
Housebreaking used to be a major prevalent security challenge in Mabushi. However, with constant community efforts in support of the police by way of information volunteering, the people say the police in the area works round the clock to ensure safety and service delivery.
Even if you go around now, within yourself, you'll find out that it is different with before. Yes, Mabushi of those days is not Mabushi of today. And even the people that come in and go out, they will attest to that they are no longer experiencing that was happening here.
Management of traffic and ensuring that motorists transit through the route without falling prey to the nefarious activities of street urchins tops daily routine for police in Utako. This is in addition to the rigors of commercial activities in Gwarimpa, as Sufian Umar Gobir, a tricycle owners unionist, noted. Curtailing excesses of riders as well as high-handedness of touts posing as area council revenue officials against motorists has recorded appreciable success.
We are collaborating with police, let me say 24 hours, because wherever we get a small problem or big problem, the more we call them, they will come. That is the reason why they give us support, like 100 or 95% to stop our jobs. And we are succeeding through that, and we are really appreciating what they are doing for us in Gwarinpa.
Even the traffic, the police has come in and is less. Killing, kidnapping is no more there again in Gwarinpa. So actually they are doing their best.
The Tuesday market along the Karumo-Gwagwa-Edo axis and the unplanned nature of the area makes the community's safe haven for criminal activities and elements that thrive in car, motorcycle, and handset snatching. But the story in Life Camp District signifies a community owning the quest for a peaceful and serene environment for habitation.
Always, anytime that you call them, both morning and night and evening, they will answer your call with prompt response. So the Life Camp, and now the crime is barest minimum. Barest minimum. They are working effectively.
Corroborating Sufyan Gobir's claim on security in the affected area, the close-knitted and revolving relationship between the police and the people they serve has in no small measure dealt a strong blow to the pockets of challenges that has affected the communities over time.
Let's join Sandra Akeme for happenings around the globe.
Thank you, Mariam. This is The Globe This Week, a segment of the news where we keep you up to date with happenings around the globe. I am Sandra Akeme. Now, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has announced an escalation in military operations against Hamas in Gaza, stating that future negotiations will occur only under active conflict conditions. These decisions follows Hamas' refusal to release additional hostages or agree to a U.S. proposed extension of ceasefire. In response, Israeli citizens have taken to the streets in protest, expressing anger over the government's handling of the situation and concern for the hostages' safety. Demonstrations have erupted in major cities, reflecting widespread public dissent against Netanyahu's policies. The collapse of the ceasefire has intensified fears among the families of those still held in captive in Gaza. In a significant development, the presidents of Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda, Felix Tshisekedi and Paul Kagame, respectively have called for an immediate and unconditional ceasefire in eastern Congo. This joint appeal was made during their meeting in Doha, Qatar. The conflict in eastern Congo has been ongoing, with M23 rebels controlling more territory than ever before, including the region's two biggest cities. The roots to the conflict are complex, dating back to Rwanda's 1994 genocide and competition for mineral resources. And Turkey's Istanbul mayor Ekrem İmamoğlu has been detained by Turkish police, along with over 100 others, on allegations of corruption. This dramatic development comes on the heels of Istanbul University's decision to annul İmamoğlu's degree, citing irregularities, which effectively bars him from running for president. The opposition has swiftly condemned the detention, labeling it a coup. This move is seen as a significant blow to the opposition's plans, as İmamoğlu's detention has sparked widespread concern and outrage, with many questioning the motivations behind the move. As the situation continues to unfold, it remains to be seen